The bodywork is pretty much done. We're still going to clear it and polish it, so we'll do that later. Hello, this is BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and this is...
I'm Brett.
And we're going to be continuing on with our build of the Hasegawa 124 scale Lancia
Stradale.
Stratos.
Stradale.
That's it. It's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is definitely a mouthful.
So there we
Especially
go.
with the brand. So we've got a bit of Japanese kit
Yes.
and a bit of Italian production car.
Yes.
Based off the really famous rally car. Isn't it?
It is.
And you can build this kit sort of two ways, can't you?
Well, you can do.
build it-
Well, they designed it two ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can build it more racy or you can build it more production.
Yeah.
And
So
we're going for a production. We're going to go for the headlights in the down position.
That's it.
And it comes with a really cool resin figurine that
Yeah, really well sculpted.
BJ's been over there fettling away.
That's it.
She needs more work.
She does. So
But-
I've already got the putty in there, which would have
Putty?
hardened already. So I'll be sanding that down. Might even start gluing her up. We'll see. And then
I want to get stuck into the painting.
Yeah, so we're going to clear it and polish it. So we'll do that later. But we're going to concentrate on doing the brush painting of all the other bits.
That's cool. And how
Yep.
good is it? And you're going to show us how to mix some paints.
Yep,
You're going to talk about a wet palette
that's it.
and the brushes that you're using and our 9 steps. Is that called a paint stand? A painting helper? What do we call this?
Well, that's a stand, I think.
Stand.
Yeah,
Paint
the
stand.
painting clip stand.
That is really cool addition.
Yep.
All right, let's get stuck into it, Beach.
Okay, so from the top you can see
Welcome
I've got the manual here.
Episode 4.
That's it.
Hasegawa!
How's it going? Alright, so we're going to go into the manual and we'll see what steps we're up to.
Emmanuel.
Because we already started doing some bits. Okay, so we sprayed up some bits over here. But
Well,
we're
that's
going to
the
concentrate.
underside of the engine, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So we'll be doing a lot of brush painting. So the whole idea of this particular build is to show you how you can build up a really nice kit without too much effort with airbrushes and stuff. This has all been sprayed with cans, and then the interior we're just going to do with
And I'm really
with
looking.
acrylic paint.
I'm really looking forward to it because I've never really done anything like this in a long, long time.
Yeah.
So this is
Okay.
going to be really cool. This could be the start of something special for me.
It could be. So we're not building it step by step.
Oh.
Okay, we're building it as per
Your intuition.
Well, that's right, because I wanted to glue some bits together, so we
As
spray them together.
As our master BJ son would build it.
But I think it would probably be easier if we did follow it a little bit step by step. So how about we do the interior color? Because we're going to do a custom color, right? We're going to do like a tan color.
I am your apprentice. Put me to work.
Okay, so how about, what do we want? We want a tan color, right?
Tan.
So tan.
Can we call it brown? No.
So what do we want? What do we want it like the box? The box is
tan?
very orange.
Mediterranean tan.
What's Mediterranean tan? Is that
It
orange?
could be
Is that
like
yellow?
like a Scottish tan, which would be bright red. What kind of,
Ah, no, that's
what
true.
kind of tan are we talking?
Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're going to do the painting, so how about we get into the basics of what we need? So over here I've got a wet palette.
What makes it wet?
Water.
Water?
Yep. Let's move.
What is a wet palette?
So wet palette is basically, this is 2 layers, right?
That's a lunchbox lid. Let's
It
not
is.
beat around the bush.
This is a really basic wet palette, and anyone can make this. Okay, if you want something more special, then you can always buy one. Green Stuff make a really nice, huge one.
And God Hands? Is it God Hand to do it?
No,
No,
God Hand,
Green Stuff
God
one is
Hand
a
do
really
make some
popular
paper
one.
with it,
Yeah.
But the God Hand, the Green Stuff one has got the whole box and the paper and stuff. So what we've got here is we've got the lunchbox lid. Underneath that we've got kitchen paper, which has got some water in it, and then laying on top of that is baking paper.
Ah, 2 kinds of paper.
Yep. So the baking
That's
paper.
the secret. See,
Yeah.
I would have just put one kind of paper.
No,
I would
it's
have
no
been
good.
way off.
Because if you just use the kitchen paper, your paint's just going to get absorbed into it. And then if you only use the
Baking paper.
paper, then your paint's not going to remain moist because the baking paper doesn't hold much moisture. The idea of the baking paper is just to separate it from too much moisture, otherwise it'll pull. Okay, so we're still going to get moisture coming through to keep the...
How
the
did you
paint
wet it?
Just under the tap.
Under the tap.
Just under the tap.
Cold water.
Cold water. Yep, and I just squeezed out the excess and laid it down.
And do you know what would probably be a really cool thing, because you use your bento box lid,
Yeah.
is that you could actually get the bento box when it's empty and
Yep.
put it on top,
Yep.
and that would keep your paints.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that what you can do?
That's what you do.
There you
So
go.
you use it.
I'm done.
You do it the other way around,
I'm out.
and your paint you can keep there fresh for a week. Yep. Because normally when you put acrylic paints out, if you don't treat them like this, they'll just dry out and you won't be able to use them next day.
Crusty paint's no
Crusty
it's the
paint's
last
no good,
thing
and then you
want.
have to go again. Okay, so from there, we've got some paints here. I've got
But
a
if
selection
people
of
follow
acrylics.
these tips, they'd only be using half the paint.
Well, that's right.
Well, we
Yeah.
don't want that. How are we going to sell paint if everybody knows your bento box trick?
Oh, because it's going to be so pleasurable that you build a lot more and you use more paint.
Pleasure.
See.
I was missing the pleasure point.
Okay, so I've got my artist style acrylic paints here.
Ooh.
Okay.
Why are they artist style?
Oh, because they're in the tube.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can use, say, Vallejos. They work the same sort of way. So what you want is a true water-based acrylic paint. So that'll be any of these sort of gaming type paints.
But you don't have many colours.
I don't, because I've gone for a very small palette because I mix all my colours these days.
Oh, so you don't have a different colour for every application. You
No.
make it. Oh.
No.
Well, you've just gone and raised it up to level 10. How am I going to be able to do that?
I'm going to teach you.
All right.
Okay, so I'm not going to teach you from the very, very beginnings, right? Because we've already got a video on that with colour theory on how to mix.
So you're saying that I have to watch another video after this?
No, it's going to be pretty basic.
Okay.
And then I've got a bottle of acrylic. This is Tamiya acrylic, which is alcohol based. But
Does that go in
that'll
here?
also work here. So with the alcohol, they do dry a bit quicker.
Don't drink it.
You don't drink it. But it does work very well here as well. And we'll get into that because we'll be painting the engine details and stuff like that. But first of all, let's mix up the tan colour, eh? So tan colour, what are we going to do? So we're going to need a bit of red. Need a bit of yellow.
Black.
You want some black? Probably doesn't need black.
Oh, the one
No,
time
you need
I had something to
You
say.
need some white,
White.
and then we've got some brown. Okay,
I didn't know you had brown. That's cheating.
So brown helps.
Does it?
You can make brown out of your primary colours, but that's mixing everything together. But if we've got it here, we've got our base. Alright, so we've got a bit of brown.
So this is the BJ colour wheel.
Well, it's not going to be a wheel, but yeah, sometimes these can be really tough to open, so that's why
Crusty.
I've got my really gentle tools here.
That's a bit industrial.
And you stick that in there and you twist it.
Don't get
Yeah.
the crusty bits on the paper though.
Because sometimes the crusty bits, they dry up and they seal it all up. Okay, so there's a bit of white.
Can I open a red one?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you need the special cracker?
No.
You can't open
It's
it?
not even Christmas. It's open, mate.
Oh, is it? Alright, so we don't need a lot of this.
This
We
one
don't
is
use
not
much of
open,
it.
by the way. What's your favourite colour?
I like blue.
Do you?
I like blue. I used to like green. I like blue.
Oh, you've changed.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that.
You can.
I don't think that's a colour.
Your tastes evolve.
I think.
See, when I was really young, I never liked beer, but now that I'm older, I really love beer. See, that's changed. That's what happens. Okay,
I
so
didn't drink beer for 18 years.
didn't you?
No.
Wow. Okay, so I've got a selection of paint here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up. Let's use one of these brushes here
How do you know which brush to use?
because we're going to be painting a large area.
Large area?
So I thought we'd just use a big paintbrush.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So would you be able to bring over the toilet,
I'm a bit scared.
the brush toilet?
Can I flush it?
You can if you like.
I can.
Yep. Just move it over.
Where do you
here.
want it?
That'll do. Okay. So
feel
there's a
like-
brush toilet because I need some water. So we need
Why?
some water.
It's got water in here.
Yeah, but we need because that's still really, really thick. It won't brush very well. Okay. So as an example, see if I do this, it's straight out, and you brush it across. See how it's like really thick and chunky?
Mm.
You want it to be smoother than that.
So you have to thin it out.
Yeah, so that's going to be our base for the colour, right? Okay, so you start with the white. You generally start with white.
Do you
because-
always start with white?
Well, the lighter colour is easy to mix because it gets influenced very quickly. And then that's just a touch of the brown. Put it in here. See how different that's already become? It's already very, very dark. So this is the beginnings of our tan colour.
Would you call it a light brown or a dark white?
That's like a warm white, isn't it?
Mm.
I think we add a little bit more
Ooh,
brown.
it's getting some heat now.
Yeah, it is.
It's nutty.
It's not. You're nutty.
What do we call that? Cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon's almost sort of fleshy, isn't it? So what do you think about that tan? Do we want it darker?
No. I want it more like a camel, like a tan. Like a tan.
Like a camel?
Yeah.
Because from here, we're going to get our orange tone.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means a touch of yellow. And touch of red.
Oh, you're being reckless now. You just
Like
put
that?
two colours at once. We don't know how it's going to react.
And then you look at it like this. And that's like really, really...
It's a bit bloody for me.
Is it a bit bloody? So what sort of tone do you want it now?
I think more yellow.
More yellow?
Yeah.
Too much red in it, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you just throw in a heap of red, because red is quite influencing as well.
I think it's a ramshackle operation that you're running here.
How's this? How's this for a tan? Is that camel enough? Is that orange enough for you? Is it too dark?
I think it's good.
You like it? Yeah. Okay.
What colour is it going over? Because that'll influence it as well, won't it?
Well, not really, because we're going to put
Shows what
enough.
I know.
Because of brush painting, we're going to put plenty on. So I just put in a whole heap of water in there.
But what are we painting? Do I need to nip something out for you?
Well, you're going to be painting the inside of this.
Ooh.
Okay, we're doing the interior.
Well, show us how it's done. You have to do it on camera though.
Oh, isn't it on camera?
Well, it'd be better if it's in the frame of the camera.
Let's take off these clips.
Oh, don't you hold it on there while you're painting?
It's a bit hard to. So we've got this framework here, which is really easy to hold on to, and we're going to be painting all this interior, I think.
All of it?
That's all the same colour. Is the center console the same colour?
The center console?
Center console? Where's the center console?
I can confirm it's interior colour.
Okay.
But
right,
the gear shift boot is not.
Oh, okay, that's easy. We can fix that. Alright, so what we do, you get this paint here. I don't know if we've got enough, actually. You just brush paint it all everywhere. And your first coat is going to look really, really thin.
Is it?
Yep. It takes maybe 3 thin coats before it builds up all its tone.
Do you want me to get the hairdryer?
I don't know if a hairdryer's... Yeah, maybe. Is it going to help? So this is going over the black.
Well, we're doing 3 coats today?
Yeah, probably. Have we got the seats cut out? Because we could probably do the seats as well. Because see how we're painting over the black and it's still looking really dark? So that's like what you were saying before.
Mm.
The under colour influences. But by the time we put on 3 coats, it's all going to look pretty much the same.
Is it?
Yeah. All this pigment's going to cover it up. So I'm just doing it like that.
But what if you haven't mixed enough paint?
Well,
Are you
the
going to
next
be
coat...
able to replicate that?
Well, the next coat I'll mix up. It'll probably be a little bit different, but it doesn't matter because you'll cover the whole lot with whatever new tone you're putting on. As long as it's close enough.
So it's
well,
like
for me...
So this is like a primer?
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you like most about the Lancia Stratos?
I like the aggressive shape of it.
Ooh. I like how little it is. It's little.
You like it compact, do you?
And it's short. Short and squat.
Short and squat, you like that?
Yep.
There's an interesting story about the car because it's a Bertoni that designed this, right? So Bertoni didn't really have any connection with Lancia before. And they came up with this prototype car because they knew that Lancia was creating a new rally car. Said, what do you think of this, guys? And they said, oh wow, looks pretty good, let's do it. So just being very forward, they got the job of designing it. And now Bertoni is quite a famous brand, isn't it?
Very much so.
It's really a design house, isn't it? Because the head designer changes.
Yeah. Not quite like Pininfarina.
Yep.
But very similar
Yes.
to these design houses where they literally outsource the... And the brand itself, it's quite a designer, you know, quite an established, like designer clothes and stuff, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, I guess so, yeah. They have a particular philosophy, right, that they follow.
Yeah, well, they're not designed to be overly practical.
No. Alright, so that's the basic idea. Okay, and we've already run out of paint.
You missed this one.
Where did I miss it?
You missed this one.
Oh, yeah. How's that? You happy with that?
A bit better.
Yeah.
Now what happens?
Now we need more paint. So you reckon you can replicate that?
No.
Why not?
I can't do that.
Why not? So use that as a reference and try mixing it on the side here.
On the side, can't I just go straight into it?
Well, you can, but if you mix it all the way, you will lose your reference.
Well, I won't know the reference anyway. So we'll start with white.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to start with the dark one.
Yeah.
Is that what we did?
Yeah.
Go in with the dark one.
Yeah, that's it. Mix it up.
Like that?
Yeah. What do you reckon?
It's more chocolate.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it looked like before.
It's beyond nutty and more woody. Would you call it woody?
Yeah. And then the red's only a little bit, right?
Put a bit of red.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it's a little bit.
Yeah,
and then we've gone for like a fleshy colour.
That's it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then we're going to go
a bit more of the yellow.
a bit more of the yellow like
That's
this.
it. To get a golden.
Here we go. Let's see how we go. I think it needs more yellow.
I think it needs a touch more red.
Is it?
Yep. Still on the brown side and probably a bit
It looks
more.
like Milo. It looks like Milo and not like tan.
It's not a bad tan.
Depends. We'll add a bit more Scottish tan.
Yeah.
The red.
Yeah.
And then I think we're going to need more yellow.
Yeah,
and all
probably,
I feel that I'm
probably
doing is spreading it all over the thing and not actually... well,
What are you
I
getting,
feel
mate?
like I'm just painting paper.
It's just understanding how the colours work, right?
I'm not actually making paint. I'm just painting the paper a different colour.
That's not bad. You're almost there now. You see how the oranges come through?
Yeah. It's a good tan.
Yeah. So it's
I like it.
Look, it's a fair bit different to the original one, right?
I
But it
don't
doesn't
think so.
matter. If you want it lighter, you can put in a bit of white. If you're happy with that, then add a little
Do
bit
you
of water.
apply it now?
No, a bit of water.
Why?
Because you just want it to flow a bit better. No, a bit more than that.
A bit more than that?
Yeah, the whole bristle in there.
The whole bristle,
That's it.
not just the tip.
No, whole lot, mate.
It's not true.
Go all in.
It's not
There you
true
go.
what they say about you.
Mix it up.
Just I like to go a bit at a time.
Do you?
You're an animal.
Get it all over and done with, mate.
Well, all I've done is I haven't actually created paint. I've just painted a squatch of paper.
All right, so I found some seats here. So the seats should be the same colour, right?
Can I have a clip?
You want a clip?
Can I have a clip, please?
There's a couple of clips, yeah.
These 9-step painting clips, these are the best.
They're good, aren't they? These are the
These
steel
premium
ones.
Steel ones?
Yep. All right, so while you're doing that, so I think you're sort of under control now, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm
Are you
going to
gonna-
start working on the figure. I'm going to sand her down.
You want me to do this?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Is that what do? Do you start from the bottom? Do you start from the top?
any way you like. Doesn't matter. However you feel. All right, I'm going to need some sandy papers.
I don't know
Let
that
me
I
get
could.
my-
I don't think I could put them properly. This is going to pose a problem.
Is it?
I can't believe you didn't leave more sprue there for me to work with.
What do you mean? I cut off all the sprue. I never leave any sprue.
But how do you then meant to hold it and paint it?
Very carefully.
You know what I need?
What do you need?
The tweezers.
I want some tweezers. I can get you tweezers.
No.
Want some?
No.
We got tweezers.
I've got fingers, mate. I don't need tweezers.
I've got those special tweezers.
Have you?
Yeah. Those side cutters that have got no teeth.
Do you know what I like about tweezers?
What do you like?
They make everything look bigger. No?
That's true. I never thought about it that way.
When you use a tweezer, it makes everything look. It changes the scale.
It does, doesn't
No?
it? It does, doesn't it? It's like really tiny fingers, yeah?
That's right.
Oh, you're crazy. So, what have we got here?
So if you ever want to make anything look really precision or complicated, bring out the tweezers, mate. Have you seen the Michelin chefs when they put the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
garnish on?
Yes,
You have
yes.
to do it with tweezers.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just like sprinkle it on like Salt Bay.
No, that's true. That's true. How's Salt Bay going anyway?
I don't know. I think he's got a bit of. I think he's got a bit of a callus on his forearm and elbow from all the years of salt abuse. No,
Yeah, he
must
would have,
have,
wouldn't he?
must have a dry patch of skin, surely.
Oh, it wouldn't be easy, would it? All right.
Be
Can you
dehydrated
wanna
to
see
say
here?
the least.
Well, we're sharing a bit of
Straight for the girly. Here we are working on the seats, grinding away.
I'm doing a bit of sanding.
You're not going to put all dust in on my palette, are you?
It's alright. It's going to give a bit of texture.
We're going to come to blows over that.
Are we?
Not sure.
You're not a violent person, are you?
What do you mean?
You said we're going to come to blows.
Oh, no. Look at that. I painted a seat. What did you do today? I painted a seat.
Yeah, that's alright.
I don't want to put it.
That looks alright.
I'm just
You want to do
worried.
another? There's the other one.
I'm just worried now that I'm going to run out of paint, and then we're going to have to do another. So we're going to have 3 colours on the go,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
isn't there?
There's some people are really sticklers for having absolutely the same colour everywhere. I'm not a follower of that sort of philosophy.
Yeah, but you're an artist.
Yeah, but everyone can be an artist.
No, there's
So
rules. There's rules and regulations.
Are
mate.
they? Because what you find is
There's no room for creativity here.
because if you just use one colour, what you find is the whole interior is just going to look like one bland colour. There's no depth at all. And then it's going to rely on you to either use washes to bring it out.
Oh, do we get to use washers on these seats?
Yeah, we can.
That will look beautiful.
I'm just sanding away here. So I'm just using 1000 grit paper, so it's taking a little while, but that's going to help me.
Can we put a
control.
stain on the centre console? Because this car clearly looks like it has no cup holders. So the first time you go through McDonald's drive-through, you're going to get your latte or you're going to get your thick shake all over it.
No, it's
because you'll be bouncing
You've got to
around.
scull it.
Hey?
You've got to scull your coffee.
I think
Have you driven around with a cup in your hand with no cup holders?
Of course. You put,
Yeah,
you put it between your legs.
Oh, that's dangerous.
It should be part of the driving course. Part of getting your license should be going through a Macca's drive-through.
With no cup holders?
That's right. And
That's
so
a
you
skill.
got to dish out the food, you got to drive one hand, you got to without spilling a chip. And if you spill the French fries to get them in that little no man's land,
Oh, you
you're
get
out.
an F.
You're out.
Oh, no.
You know, no hitting gutters, and you got to eat the Big Mac with one hand while you're driving with your knee on the bottom of the steering wheel.
Steering with your knee?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Become a stunt driver.
No? Well, it's a rite of passage. I'm not saying that I do it or condone it. I mean, I'm not skilled enough, clearly. But I think it's a thing. Can you imagine...
What are you doing?
Can you imagine going through a drive-through in a Stratos? I think they just put your meal on top of the car. No? Your little window would be up. No?
Yeah.
Have you ever been through in a sports car? It's hilarious. Because cars, obviously, they have a parameter.
Yes.
And they actually have splash guards down at McDonald's because so many people are angry these days and throw food back through the window. So
Oh, really?
So they've got like splash
Oh,
guards.
I didn't know that.
It's like an ATM machine. They've got a really little hole where they pass out the food.
Oh,
So if you've got either a really large car,
yeah.
like a big four-wheel drive or a really low sports car,
Yeah.
they don't fit the design brief. So they either put it like in the side of your door, or
Right.
they just sit it on your roof when you drive out
That's crazy.
because you can't physically reach. Anyway, that's enough on that.
You and your Macca's drive-through. That's something to think about, isn't it? Alright, so I'm doing the other arm now.
Well,
This was just to me a putty I put on here ages ago.
do you want me to do another layer in here?
Yeah, is there anything else that needs to be interior coloured? There is, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
So well, we haven't got that in there yet, have we?
Did you know that you missed spots?
Yeah.
Was it deliberate, or are you just trying to upset me?
No, because I'm just doing a really thin coat. So you miss spots there. You're going to make it up with the next ones anyway.
Yeah, but then it's going to look different then, isn't it?
No, it doesn't matter. It's like I was saying before. I think having uneven adds to it because nothing in real life is fully even in colour anyway. This whole idea of weathering and things.
Yeah, I've got pretty bad tan lines.
Have you?
Yep.
Was that an accident?
Hey?
Was that accidental?
Oh no, it's just from the G-string.
The G-string?
The tan line.
The mankini?
Yeah. It's impossible. It's impossible to get rid of that unless you go full butt naked.
I haven't seen you in your mankini in ages.
No, no. I'm
why?
saving it for a special occasion.
Oh, yeah? Isn't it special enough?
What?
It
Building
should
a
be.
Stratos.
That's right. Not every day you build a Stratus. Might as well be wearing a mankini as well. Make an event of it.
Well, this is an event. This is episode 4.
That's right.
And I'm sure people are absolutely loving this.
They're probably asking right now, where's mankini?
No.
No, it's not happening.
They're more concerned over the moustache. They wonder where that went.
Well, I don't know. We haven't found that yet.
It's hiding in the mankini.
We've even asked the station lost and found.
Have we?
Yeah, they don't have it over there.
Platform 10 3/4.
Alright, so sanding's going alright. So sanding is always a tedious thing.
So they call me Sandbay.
Sand bay. Oh, you wouldn't want sand in your steak, would you?
Or in your mankini.
Oh, that'll chafe. That'll be painful. What do you reckon? Should we organise a calendar shoot?
With the Stratos.
No, with mankini.
Oh! I was going to say, I'd be happy to wear nothing more than the Stratos.
There's another idea I hadn't thought about. You're full of ideas today, aren't you?
Oh, the creative juices are flowing because
They are.
we're building a model.
That's right. So how's your tan going?
I'm not
You
sure.
happy with that tan? The tan looks alright, doesn't it?
I don't want to say it's better than the tan you made or anything, but it's better.
Probably needs a bit more tan around the gear shift
Yeah?
on the center console. I think I missed a bit, like you said before.
I'm getting all these horrible brush strokes.
Oh, don't worry about brush strokes. Brush strokes are just there too. If you want to make sure there's no brush strokes, you use really thin paint, and you paint it in really, really thin coats.
Can't you just dip it in?
You want to do dipping. There are dipping paints, but they're not for that. Dipping paints are like...
No, dip the model in.
yeah, that's what I mean. They're like washes, so we could do that later on. A wash. Alright, so I think her shoulders are pretty good with that.
No, I've had a wash today.
You've had a wash?
Yeah.
What, your yearly wash?
No. Monthly.
Oh, monthly.
Yeah.
And that's that bath you have whether you need it or not.
Whether
right?
I need it or not, that's right. Every month.
It happens.
Yeah.
That's a bit chucky there. I might get some heavier. What are we ready at? I think 600?
I think the viewers will be pleasantly surprised with the workmanship there.
How good's that? Okay, so you see this bit here? Have we missed any bits?
And that's body colour.
Oh, that's body colour. Okay, interior colour.
It's G10.
Okay, so what else do we have to do? So there's the interior colour here too. That's on another panel. There you go.
This one?
Yeah. Which side's the body interior colour? That side's the interior colour.
Yeah, I think that's
And that side would be...
clipping into the bulkhead.
Oh, that'll be black, I think, on the other side.
Is it?
Yeah, because it says 33.
It's black on the top.
Yep. So you just paint this part.
Yeah?
Yeah, that bit there.
What about the back bit?
Back bit we'll paint black later.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'll be good. Alright, so I'm just going to be sanding down the leg now. I'm using some 600 grade paper now because I've put on the putty pretty thick here. So what do you think about the painting? You getting used to it?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? You don't know what to make of it?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not confident in my own ability, so I don't actually know what I'm doing.
Oh, it'll come to you.
Well, but I haven't done it enough to get my own...
Own what?
like rhythm or, you know...
Oh, feel?
Own feel. I'm just like hosing it on like a chimp.
Yeah. Well, that's one of your philosophies, isn't it? The hosing on.
Well, if it has to be hosed, mate, you hose it on.
Makes things quicker. So this is coming up alright, I think. And you're doing the interior colour, that's looking alright. So that's what I mean by like the really thin coat. And you let that dry and you put another thin coat, it'll look fantastic. Alright, what else do you want to do now? So you've done that section there, we've done that. How about we start putting together the rest of the roll cage? Oh, 8. Oh, the back's actually silver. The back of that.
Silver?
So how about...
How do you know it's silver?
number 8? Number 8
No,
silver.
how do you know that's number 8?
Because it says number 8.
Yeah, but how do you know that number 8's silver?
Number 8's always silver.
How do you know that?
It says right here.
Yeah, but how did you know that?
I've used it before.
It's like a rigged game of lottery. You're not meant to know the numbers.
Yeah. What's 92?
You should
Clear
know.
orange. Oh, that's to make it look... Is that exhaust? Is that meant to make it look like burnt exhaust?
That's the exhaust.
Oh, okay. How about you build the exhaust?
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm flushing the toilet. Do you want me to clean the brush?
Yeah.
Do you want me
You
to
use the toilet?
Yeah?
Yep. Let me do this over here.
Oh, it looks like I've had a bad vindaloo. And then
You would know, wouldn't you?
you give it a bit of this. Look. Boom.
Oh, he's flushed it. How good is it?
Oh, don't mind me dripping it everywhere. What do you do with the wet brush?
So we've got a bit of kitchen paper here. I'll wipe it clean with that.
And then I flush it, and then look, clean water
Yep. It's good.
resides.
Yeah, these sanding sponges are really good. This is one of the thinner ones. And basically, the thinner it is, the more flexible it's going to be. See that?
I can't decide whether I like the thick ones or the thin ones.
You can't decide.
No.
You're torn.
Okay, what would you like me to do?
You're going to be building the exhaust here.
Uh-oh,
See the exhaust?
I kicked the toilet.
Oh, did you?
I may or may have not kicked the toilet. So does that mean I have to get parts off the sprue?
Yep.
This is going to be awkward.
What's that?
K. They look like K parts. So I have to find the K sprue.
Did you say K-pop?
K-pop? I feel like Korean barbecue.
Oh,
No?
Korean barbecue is good, isn't it?
Would you be my karaoke singer?
I thought you were proposing something else.
No?
Karaoke singer?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like in
I'll
duet?
be your backup dancer.
Wait, you got to dance only?
Yeah.
You're not gonna sing along?
I don't have a voice for singing.
Oh, neither do I. I'm really off key.
No, you're really off tap.
Well, that too. So are you.
Here you go. No, I've got some good moves, that's all I'm saying.
Good dance moves?
Yeah, why not?
Like what?
What?
Have you got your own?
Yeah.
I'm standing here. And then you were talking about your American.
American? No,
Yep.
that's Italian, mate.
Ah. Alright, so I got that.
I don't know that I'm licensed to be,
You know what you're doing, don't you? Oh, the one thing I didn't bring here is a sharp knife.
a sharp knife.
Probably doesn't matter. We've got all the sandpaper here. We can clean off all the nubs.
Well, I've got these good 9-step snippers, so there shouldn't be.
Oh, they'll be pretty clean already, yeah? You might have a little nub.
You don't have to get personal. Where's K12?
K12.
So, but the problem is once I cut the parts off, I forget what they were. Got K1,
Yeah.
we got K11,
Yeah.
right? I need a K7.
Confident with those nippers?
Oh, well, I'm bleeding, but I didn't want to say anything.
Oh.
Can't you see the tears in my eyes?
That was a bit of madness before,
It's a
wasn't it?
bit emotional. Got a K5. Yeah, truth be told, you can't take K-pop. You know,
What?
you've definitely lost your position as my lead singer of karaoke.
You haven't even given me a chance yet. All you did was talk about the...
What song would we sing?
What?
I don't
The
know.
K-pop song?
Yeah.
What, like Dynamite?
Yeah.
You can sing Dynamite, that's pretty popular.
Get you up there, do a bit of Gangnam Style.
Gangnam.
Huh?
Bit of bopping away.
Yeah.
Dude, K-pop dancing is really popular now, isn't it?
I'm not
There's
sure.
all people doing it. All around here where I am. There's people always practicing.
Are they?
Mm.
Where do they practice? What do you mean?
They're on one of the floors. There's an empty floor space in the retail area.
So, do you paint this part first, or do you like glue it together?
I'll glue it together first.
And
Because
then,
you got a nub there too. See that bit?
yeah.
Yeah. So I'll glue it together. So you glue it together and just dry fit it into
As an
the engine.
assembly?
Yep. So where's the engine? The engine's there somewhere. And that makes sure it's all lined up. And then you paint it up, and then we'll glue it later as a sub-assembly.
So now comes the assembly.
Right, so I think there's enough sanding here. I'll still be priming this figure later,
Really?
just to make sure
How
there's...
come you're going to prime her?
Because after sanding, it's really difficult to see if you missed any spots. So you prime it quickly to see if you missed any bits, do a bit more sanding. And then after that, one final light coat of primer, and then I'll brush paint her. Now, sanding is really important here because you don't want any seam lines on legs. Definitely does not look very organic with seam lines, does it?
Well, actually got pants on it, does.
Well, she doesn't have any pants on. She has shorts.
Oh. But she can have seam lines in her shorts.
Oh yeah, seam lines in the shorts.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but just not on her actual legs. That doesn't look right, does it? Alright, I think that's good there. Clean off that inside.
So you hold these bits together and then you just apply the extra thing to it?
Yep.
Or do you... Yeah?
Yeah, just be careful you don't put too much on, like a little drop, because otherwise it's going to travel by capillary action and go on your fingers, and then you'll leave your fingerprints in there.
Is it?
Mm. How is it? Is it right?
I'm not sure.
Is it in the right spot?
No.
In the wrong spot?
Oh.
It's a bit tricky, then, isn't it? So is that's meant to be sandwiched between those two bits, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it help if you put the other bit on first?
Well, it might well do. Let's have a look here. Now luckily there's some beautiful locating nubs and stuff on this model.
Oh yeah.
It's not Merkin.
I wonder if you can still buy Merkins. Or you have to make them yourself.
Got a Merkin bend.
I could make a really big one with all the cat hair I've collected.
The animals are shedding a lot at the moment, aren't they? Is it
Well, it's springtime. That's natural, isn't it?
Yeah, but people don't know that. People can be watching this anytime.
Oh, yeah, true. Let's have a close look at this.
What are you finding?
I can see a lot more
prognosis?
detail when I've got my glasses on.
What's the prognosis, Doc?
So it needs quite a bit more sanding here. Get rid of the excess.
It's actually been proven quite difficult to piece together.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not easy?
It's sort of offset. It's not as organic as you might think. Okay, now try and get some.
So I'm just using a knife to trim off this chunky bit.
So you're glad I bought the knife then?
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you very much.
Is the leg getting nice and round?
Yeah, it's looking good. I can give you help.
I don't want to say I'm beyond help, but
Oh, I think it's... We're going all quiet. What's going on?
well, I'm concentrating, mate.
Oh yeah?
I am absolutely concentrating my little heart out because I know that
What do you know?
anything less than the best is
Yeah.
going to get the wrath of you.
The Roth.
The rough? No,
Rough.
not French. The wrath.
Oh.
And I'm trying to hide the sneaky.
Sneaky. That's two sneakies.
The sneaky glue.
Well, what's it doing? Yeah, I put a little putty on here. I put it on like a chimp.
Did you?
Yeah.
Smeared it on like peanut butter.
You need that now, don't you?
Nope,
No? You're good?
I am good.
So I'm going a bit Neanderthal with the knife, just scraping this all the way. Good thing is the putty is a lot softer than the resin, so chances of damaging the resin are pretty slim.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I know why I slathered it on like this now. So there were a couple of air bubbles that I wanted to fill in. So just get all the chunky bits off so it's easy to sand. I mean, this is a lacquer based putty, so it bonds pretty well.
A lacquer-based putty.
Yep. So it's like a really thick lacquer paint.
So what is the other kind of putty that is available?
Well, you can get water based putties, which are like a plaster type base.
Yep.
There's enamel putties, which are not so common these days, but it's like an enamel paint, it's oil based. I think lacquer based putties are the most popular these days. Water based putty is very easy to use though. It doesn't dry as solid as this stuff. See, I'm just scraping it away and
I love
taking a bit
Squadron putty. Squadron putty is my favourite.
do you?
Yeah.
What do you like about Squadron putty?
It goes really good with Humbrol.
Right.
And I really find that it's really got a really nice action.
Action.
Yeah.
You like its action?
It's not very gritty.
Oh,
So
smooth.
it gives you a really nice buttery finish.
Right. Spoken like a true expert.
Yeah, and that's all I got to say about that.
Squadron Putty hasn't been around for a little while.
No.
Have you got like a stash of it?
Yeah, I bought up
Did you?
when I knew that they were going bad.
Right. Because you liked it so much.
I loved it.
Right.
I'd have it on toast if it wasn't bad for me.
Well, yeah, it's like a lot of habits. They are sort of bad for you, but
Well,
you know, in moderation,
You don't put them on toast.
don't you?
Well, sometimes best not to.
Alright, so that's looking okay. Actually, would you be able to pass me over some of those sanding spongy things?
Yeah, the 9 steps one.
That's it.
Of course.
So I need something a little bit coarser. What have we got? Nice bit smooth.
Something a little bit more ratio.
Yep. That feels more like it.
We painted it Rosso Corsa, didn't we?
Do we?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? That's more like it.
It's paint, the glue
Yeah,
is just so thin.
it is. That's why it's called extra thin.
It doesn't really do any gap filling whatsoever.
No, that's right.
Would
That's
you
why it's
call
really
it-
important to have really good mating surfaces.
Yeah. I think we have a muffler.
Yeah?
It's
Looking
taken
good?
it's taken some work. Well, I don't know about looking good, but it looks. I'm quite concerned that the mounting holes are offset.
The mounting holes. Oh,
Yeah.
you can test fit them, can't you, on the engine? Doesn't look right.
Where is the engine?
Engine's probably inside the box.
The only reason that
They sit into these things. So there's another couple of bulkheady things. Yeah.
and they glue into the engine part.
Yep. Oh, they glue into here. In there.
Because these shelves here are offset.
Yeah, probably, because that looks offset.
If you whittle any more of that leg away, she's going to be like a size 3.
What do you mean? Is there such a thing as size 3?
I'm not sure. Alright, so I better paint. Well, you've just brought up a good point. We better paint this one so we can glue it into the sub-assembly.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah,
Before we put the exhaust on.
yeah. That's important, I reckon.
I can put those bulkheads on now though. That is D23.
So this leg is...
Do you know how they actually make a model?
Yeah, what do you mean?
How do they get the design concept to draw it? They take photos. Do they work from blueprints up, or do they work from like a real model backwards?
These days it'll probably be from blueprints, yeah?
CAD, huh?
Yep. In the early days it wouldn't have been. It would have been blueprints. It would have been very manual.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And they
I
would have
think
had
mould makers would have been very, very skilled in the earlier days. Nowadays it's just CNC machined, isn't
that
it?
would be all robotized.
Mm.
Robotized, surely. Huge dollars though in those machines.
Oh, it would be. Would be.
When you have a look at the precision of these molds or these injection molded parts,
Yeah.
absolutely mind-boggling the work that has gone into it.
Yeah.
Now, do I have to sand the paint off this or anything before I stick it?
I can just scrape it off with the edge of the knife.
Yeah?
Yep.
Otherwise it won't stick, will it?
It won't stick very well, no. Because it'll just melt the paint. And you'll end up with a paint glue mixture, which is not going to be as strong a bond.
We need it to be really strong.
Really strong?
It's got to cope with the rigours of rallying
Yeah.
and my ham-fistedness.
Well, you're just going to be driving around the streets, aren't you?
No,
No, you're going to take it on rally. Hill climbs.
you promised me Macca's.
Oh, my goodness.
A little bit of scrapage,
A bit of scrapage.
a little bit of gluage.
Is it holding together?
I was actually just priming the hole first.
Oh,
And
you
then-
primed the hole? Yeah, that's a good technique.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then offering the part up.
Yep.
Hopefully get it to tack, and then I'll bond the... Because the main adhesion point's going to be in the hole.
Yep. With the dowel.
Yeah. And by material, you do mean plastic.
Yes. What other material is it?
Denim,
Oh, yeah.
cotton,
Yeah.
leather,
Yeah.
Nomex,
What?
Nomex,
Nomex.
polyester.
Have you got Nomex underpants?
latex.
Latex.
I've got no underpants. Is that what you mean?
Oh, we're not going down that road again, are we? We're getting into trouble again.
We just put the mankini away. No.
That's terrible.
Always goes back to my underpants.
It's really hard, you know. Mankini
Would
is really
you?
hard to fold.
Don't make it hard.
Just like a fitted sheet, they're hard to fold.
What is?
Mankini.
Really? No, you don't fold. That's the idea.
You don't fold them.
Of course not.
What are you going to do? Hang them up?
You just cut it and go. Quick release.
Ah, that would be.
You have snaps underneath.
There's a lot of options for quick release on those things, aren't there?
Oh my god.
No, it's going downhill again. Gotta pull it back up.
Here we go.
Alright, a bit more scrapage. Alright, so just getting under this knee. How's that going for you? Exhaust is looking alright?
Well, I think you'll be unimpressed with the amount that I've actually managed to achieve.
What is that? Look at what I've done. I'm still on a leg.
On a leg? It is actually quite time consuming,
It is.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But I suppose it's where the joy comes into it. Is that what we can say?
Well, that's right, because I mean, the more you spend on something, the more, I guess,
Oops.
you feel achievement, don't
That's
you,
what-
when you
that's what
actually
I've done.
finish?
See, I've rushed it.
And what, it's fallen off?
Broken the thing off. Story of my life.
Story of your life. Right, so there's a leg that I've been working on.
The leg's fallen off.
The leg's fallen off.
So that works like a hanger.
Is it?
So that hangs up on that thing. And the exhaust.
The exhaust. Oh, about here. 1,000
See,
grit.
like that works like a hanger.
Right. Oh, okay.
And then the exhaust
That looks
goes
pretty
in
funky, doesn't
those
it?
clips. But I was more worried the fact that it seems to make sense.
So it's working now, right?
Yeah,
It's all lining up.
seems to make sense. They're tooling. So I suppose the next step is to get that, while that dries, is to get the engine. I don't know if I should apply more glue. Does more glue mean more adherence, or does it mean more problems?
Well, it can mean more adherence, because you're melting more of the surface.
I'm just worried that if I paint more glue on, that it'll
Give you a problem.
they'll fall off.
Oh, I shouldn't do. I mean, if you apply too much glue, it can sort of release the bond, because it softens everything again.
Because I really want to make sure that these are glued on really well. Alright, that can go to the side. Now, let's paint some engine.
Yeah, go for it. What colour's the engine? Is it like silver?
We've got a bit of 8, we've got a
Yeah,
bit of
that's silver.
30, we've got a bit of 33.
33. 33 is flat black, I think.
How do you know?
Because it is. Yeah, it's flat black.
Are they the same colours on every model kit?
No, well, they're the Mr. Hobby colour numbers.
Yeah?
Yeah. So if we were building a Tamiya kit, it'll be XF1 for flat black.
How do you know that?
Because it is.
Yeah, but it seems unfounded information.
Well, you don't believe me? You have to trust me, I'm a
It's not that I
doctor.
don't- It's not that I don't believe you, it's more that I don't trust you.
Oh, well, that's a different thing, isn't it? How do I gain your trust?
You use the safe word. What brush should I use for this?
What are you painting now?
So I was going to paint, I don't know, do I paint the dark colour first, the big bit, or do I paint the little bit?
You paint the lighter colour first, because
Yeah?
the dark bit will help you cover it up later. Yeah, so do the silver. So silver, we're going to use this one here.
And 2, what's 2?
2 will be gloss black, I think. Yep, 2's gloss black. So you can use the same black there.
So I paint the silver first, yeah?
Yeah,
So I just give it a bit of a Mexican backhand?
you can. It works better if you stir it as well, because metallic pigment sits on the bottom because it's quite heavy.
What do you use to stir? Do you just
Oh,
use your
maybe just-
favourite paintbrush?
I'll use a different paintbrush actually, because it's going to get pretty messy.
Does it clean off in the water thing?
It does.
Should I use the bottom of this? Is that a stirrer?
Yeah, it's fine. You can do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's alright. Why are you looking around everywhere? You're looking for permission.
Well, I'm just seeing what the crowd's doing.
Oh.
Because I'm feeling very insecure.
Just want to copy the next table. See how they're eating.
Well, it's always safe.
Safe?
No?
Harder.
Yep. Okay, now what brush would you recommend for the little bit? What's that? NSCR 100. Is that good?
Well, that's a fine brush. That's alright.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do a fine job, so it makes sense.
Excellent. Let's just check how her leg fits in here.
Should I be doing other silver parts?
That's alright.
Just do the engine. Just concentrate on the engine.
Yeah, just concentrate here, I think. It'd be easy if we sort of stick to each sort of step now. Alright, so
number 8 is silver, yeah?
yeah.
Alright, and I'm painting that bit first.
Alright, so we've got a leg to fit in there. So after I glue up a leg, it's going to need a little bit of filler in there as well. I'm just going to trim it a bit. So look.
Oh, that brush doesn't take much paint, does it?
No, it won't. It's small. Let me trim off some of this.
I feel like a surgeon.
There? How good is it?
I'm not sure. Paint by numbers.
This is not paid by numbers.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
There's a
Does it
number.
feel like that?
There's a number and I'm painting by it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
You should see my crossword stitch.
You what?
My cross stitch.
Cross stitch?
Yeah.
What are you doing with cross stitch?
At the moment, I'm working on a Pooh Bear.
A Pooh Bear?
Yeah. It's a similar thing where you have the numbers and the codes and...
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what I do for fun in the spare time.
Sounds quite relaxing.
Cross stitch?
Yeah. Is it?
I'm not sure.
How long have you been doing that?
Since Simon Healy taught me.
Right. He's been doing it for a long time, I'm guessing.
Oh, probably forever, I'd say.
It sounds like a thing you enjoy.
Cross stitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really good. Sit around. We have scones and tea. Do a bit of cross stitch.
Scones and tea.
Scones and tea.
They're freshly baked.
Usually. Unless they're stale.
Who makes them?
Nan.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that why she was angry? She needed the knife for making the scones?
Oh, who knows? Didn't you hear it outside before carrying on like a pork chop?
Yeah. It's normal, isn't it?
Well, usually only if I get the cross stitch wrong. Enough of cross stitch.
Alright, so I've got the leg in place there. Looks okay. I've got a bit of a gap here. Not too much of a problem. So we'll be gluing that. A little bit more putty along the seams there. And then primer.
I'm glad you're doing that. I'm way too immature to be doing that.
Oh, really? Now, I didn't need to do any putty work here. So, arms are all good.
I'm used to using crayons to do colouring. This is way better.
Oh, yeah? See? That's how I don't give you new experiences. Alright, let's clean off some of this dust.
Don't go there.
Harder.
That's right. I think it's harder with this. God, this is a good brush. Who makes it? Who makes this brush?
That's nice, Jess, mate.
Oh, wow.
Do you like it? Feels good? So does this paint feel different? So this is the alcohol based.
It feels like silkier.
Yeah.
It feels like not as grainy.
Yep.
But I don't know because I'm using a completely different brush. I'm going for a textured alloy finish, like a alloy casting.
Yeah. So let's look at these seats here. So they're all dried up. They're ready for another coat now. Do you want to mix up another batch?
Yeah.
It's
not going to mix. It's not going to mix itself.
No, it's not, is it?
And we can't take it out of the paint pot because you won't let me.
Let's see. Where's all?
See, if we had a whole paint pot of it,
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a
What?
problem.
Well, that's true.
How long does this paint here that I'm using in my hand take to dry?
Not long. It'll be touch dry in maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah? It's going to be hard for me because I love to touch.
Really?
Yeah.
Just gonna leave it with fingerprints in it.
Probably.
Alright, so I reckon, what are we doing again? We're using the big brush. You got a big chunky brush over there for one of these?
It's probable. No, I put it back. I cleaned it and I dried it and I
this
put
one?
it back. Like a good little minion.
Okay, how good's that? Alright, so I'm gonna mix up another batch of this stuff, eh? Alright, let's do that.
It's definitely not dry. I can confirm because I just put my thumb straight in it.
Right.
I blame Jeff.
What's he done?
Oh, what hasn't
Well,
he?
what hasn't he done? Alright, let's mix this up and see what we've got. Sort of fleshy, isn't it?
Fleshy.
Alright, so it probably needs a touch more yellow.
Do you enjoy making colours, BJ?
I do. How's that? That looks alright. I'm going to grab some waterage.
Do you know what I can confirm?
What can you confirm?
This is very tricky.
Is it? Which bit of it?
I don't know, all of it.
All aspects?
Yeah, it's very challenging. I suppose that's where the enjoyment comes out of it, no?
Well, that's right. Well, you're trying to make a realistic representation of a bigger item, aren't you? This is a miniature. So you built a bike before, didn't you?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Did you paint it and stuff?
Yeah. It was all painted by hand. The only thing that was rattle canned was the fairings. It was
Right.
this is Tamiya Hayabusa model,
Right.
blue and silver one.
Yep.
But when I say a long time ago, it would have been, in all seriousness, like 20 years ago.
Oh, that long ago, was it?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
thought it was
yeah.
more recent than that.
No, 20 years ago.
Right. A Tamiya kit.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright, so that's that.
Yeah, they still make it now. I don't know if we have it in stock now, but I have seen it on the shelf.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still part of the catalogue.
And I really enjoyed it because I had the same bike at the time.
Oh, right.
Yeah. 2001 Hayabusa, silver and blue.
Well, that's a lot of the motivation too, isn't
And
it?
that's what appealed to me,
Yeah.
to do it.
A lot of people like making a miniature of a model.
And it actually
that they already
lasted
had.
really well until my son came along
Yeah.
many years later and then used it as like a toy.
Oh, right. Yep.
Which is fine. That's
Yep.
because it was just like packed away in the shelf or something.
Yep.
And I'm glad that it got to see its days out like that. And it actually lasted quite a while.
Well, it might be time for you to build another bike.
No, my son won't push it around anymore, mate.
Well, maybe you can leave this one on display.
Leave it on display.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not sure about that?
I'm not sure about displays.
There you go, there's that bit.
Do you think the sump's coloured too?
The sump?
I'm pretty sure the
Yeah, it
sump
would be. It'll be the same colour, I think.
8.
Is it 8? Yeah, that's the same colour.
And the under tray is body colour. So what happens if I make a mistake here and I get silver
Yeah.
where it's supposed to be body colour? What happens there?
We can use acrylic thinner and clean it off.
Later or now? Do you do it while it's wet?
No, we do it when it's dry.
Yeah.
Because it's acrylic paint and it's different from the body colour, which is lacquer, when we apply a acrylic thinner onto it, it's not going to melt the lacquer paint. It will
Yeah.
only take off the mistake bit.
Really?
Yep. That's the advantage of using different bases of paint.
To fix mistakes.
Yeah. And so it's not just for fixing mistakes, it's also for...
When was the last time you made a mistake?
Oh, I made a mistake just then.
Did you?
Yeah. So all the time. It's one of those things that happens.
That's a really nice colour tan that you've got there.
Did you like that one?
Yeah, that's been my favourite one yet.
Is it? So we'll probably need another coat of this.
I'm wondering if I completely chose the wrong brush for this application, but I don't know.
Is it too fine?
Well, I don't know, is it?
Does it feel too fine, like it's taking forever?
Well, yeah, but the whole thing feels like it's taking forever, so...
Oh, okay.
I don't have
You
a
don't really
baseline.
know. How's that? I reckon we're almost at the end of our...
Episode.
Yeah.
And I think we've, like, achieved very little.
Yeah?
Well,
We've
if
done a
I'm
bit.
being honest, what have we done? You've done a little bit of a
interior.
reg.
Yeah, I've done some sanding. See?
Mm.
And we've done some painting. See?
I'm
And
still
we've
doing
told a
painting.
few jokes.
No, we haven't.
And then you've painted a bit of silver.
Actual reenactment of real life situations.
Yep. That's looking alright.
Life lessons.
Life lessons. So that means we're still going to have to put on some more tan colour here. So there's still a lot of black coming through on the seat. If you really want to avoid this, you can always prime it with a grey first, and I'll make it easy to cover.
Will it?
Yep.
A grey.
Yep.
So not a white?
Yep. Grey is the go-to, generally.
Why is that?
Because it's sort of like the half-tone. White quite often doesn't produce enough of a shadow, so whoop, off he goes.
That's a mistake.
So the seat's just fallen off the clip. Yeah, so grey allows you to see imperfections easier because you can see the shadow.
Really?
With whites you can't really because everything looks like a highlight. But whites are very handy if you're trying to paint real light colours like yellows or whites over a darker colour. Well, that's coming up alright. Doing the silver bits.
I'm just not too sure.
Not too sure. I'm just going to lean over here. I'm going to clean off this brush. The toilet.
Is it? Can I clean this one in there too?
Yeah.
Or does this need something else?
No, that'll work. Flush that.
You're just addicted to the flush.
I love the flush. Yeah, it cleans it pretty well. Flush it again. Alright, so there's a clean brush.
Here you go. You can just don't put your fingers in the silver stuff.
Yeah, looks right.
Does it?
Yep.
You'd say that anyway.
So
You'd
we're
make me
gonna
blush.
No. You're already blushing.
Oh,
So-
that was intense. I'm ready for a nap.
Oh yeah?
I'm ready for a nap. I don't know how you do it.
So we've got quite a few things put together now. We're going to finish off painting the interiors and all the rest of the bits. You had the exhaust done too, right?
I had a muffler done,
Yep.
but I really wanted to get the motor in so I could glue it up. So
Yep.
I really probably shouldn't have cut that off the sprue.
No, that's right. I mean, what we can do is we'll keep that in the box. Maybe we'll have a bit of a plan next time. So we'll get some stuff ready to prime, so it's easier to brush than this.
Well, I think we'll just go straight in.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Need some more coats to make it even, but it's not too bad.
Even Stevens.
That's it. Okay, so we've progressed quite a bit there, I think. Even though you
Episode
don't feel
4.
like.
I don't.
So there was a bit of craziness.
Episode 4.
That's it.
The Hasegawa Lancia Stratos Stradale.
Build.
Yeah?
Mm.
I'm Brett from Hearns Hobbies,
I'm BJ.
and thanks for watching.
Thanks. See you next time. So if you liked this episode, please give us a like below, and if you'd like to see more content, please think about subscribing. So see you next time.
Thank you.